The Nassau Grouper is an endangered species in Belize and across the Caribbean. At the turn of the century, researchers recorded a massive decline in the species, and government had to introduce regulations to give this fish a chance to survive. The only time the Nassau Groupers reproduce is during the aggregations they form at specific spots in the reef for a few days after the full moon during December to March. During this time when they spawn, they are most vulnerable. And so during this time, illegal fishers from Belize and neighboring countries target this species.
In the past, Belize had a lot of Nassau Grouper spawning banks, but studies have shown whenever a site is depleted, this fish, they do not go back there. Every December, January, and February of every year during the full moon, Nassau Grouper aggregate from and come to one spot. So they might have Nassau Groupers from around here would actually travel all the way up. And it's like nearly 16 miles up and actually go there. So fishermen actually know these animals are there. So if you know so much fish at a spot, they would actually go there and fish them. We have seen evidence of poaching there. Whenever we dive, we see jeans pants, we see sprung anchors, we see strobe lights. And actually monitoring is actually difficult because it's really outside of the atoll and it's really rough and actually quite far from here as well.
And scientists have found that at least 10 years is needed for replacement rates of reproduction when there is no fishing, and much longer when fishing occurs. There used to be many spawning aggregation sites across the Caribbean, but most of them no longer exist because they have been fished out. Only a few remain, and some of those are in Belize. Here at Glovers Reef Research Station, a WCS research team conducts Nassau Grouper spawning aggregation monitoring in January and February to try to help to sustainably manage this fish.
We're seeing some improvement. It could be better. We actually, January last year, we actually started working with the Belize Coast Guard in an effort to actually boost enforcement. And what WCS has done previously is we would actually bring the people from the CCU at fisheries, the enforcement officers, to actually try and monitor it. But it's really difficult because the poachers and the fishermen are always one step ahead of enforcement. These guys are well equipped. They have spotlights, they have GPS, they have depth finders. They're always one step ahead of us.
Monitoring is just one of the programs being conducted inside the Glovers Reef Marine Reserve. The WCS carries out a number of other initiatives to help protect other vulnerable species like sharks and turtles. The Belize Coast Guard and Fisheries Department, who conduct enforcement and patrols, are also based on Middle Key, the research station site. And here's where other local and international marine scientists conduct cutting-edge research.
We cater primarily to researchers and scientists and student groups. We're not a tourist facility per se. So whenever you want to come here, you have to have some aspect of research to actually come here. We offer a full service station. We have our own fleet of boats. We can sleep 30 people comfortably. We have dorms, we have freshwater showers, wireless internet, hot and cold shower. So it's a full service research station.
And as Kenneth Gale explains, it's just a few steps away from the reef, and the WCS would like to see even more scientists and students take up the opportunity to do conservation. And while Glovers Reef is the southernmost atoll, the research station on Middle Key is powered by mostly green energy and will keep you comfortable and connected when you're away from home.
One of the good things about Middle Key and Glovers Reef Research Station is that everything is located close by. The reef is like 500 feet away from the pier. There's seagrass here, there's mangroves there, so you don't need a boat to actually go out. Like other research stations, you need to take a boat for like 50 minutes to go and find a reef. The reef is right here, everything is close by. And everything is centralized as well. So whenever you come here, we take good care of you. You don't have to worry about food, you don't have to worry about boats, about anything. We have a full service kitchen with cooks, so everything is actually well taken care of. The station is powered, I would say, by 95% via green energy. We have solar panels and a wind turbine. And we have 24-hour power here at the station. So people, like whenever they hear a key, they think it's rustic and there's camping. No. All the rooms have fans, all the rooms have lights, so we try to keep the place as comfortable as possible. And if the system fails, if there's no sun or there's actually no wind like today, we actually have a backup generator that's power the system, so we have 24-hour power. We also have our own set of compressors and dive tanks, so we offer that to our guests as well. We do tank refills and stuff like that for the guests.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Andrea Polanco.